Have you ever looked at a food label and felt completely lost? The truth is, companies use clever tricks to hide sugar and make their products seem healthier than they really are. Today, I'll show you how to read food labels like a pro, so you can take control of your health and make smarter choices. Stick around till the end, because I'll reveal some surprising foods that contain hidden sugars you never expected. Chapter 1. Understanding the basics of a nutrition label. Explanation of key sections: serving size, calories, total carbs, and sugars. Why serving size matters? How small servings trick consumers? The difference between total carbs, fiber, and net carbs. How daily value percentages can be misleading. The importance of ingredient order in labels. Chapter 2. The truth about sugar and food labels. Hidden names for sugar. How companies disguise it, added versus natural sugar. What's the difference? The impact of excessive sugar intake on health. How different sugars affect blood sugar levels. Why sugar-free doesn't always mean healthy. Chapter 3. Identifying hidden sugars. Common aliases for sugar. High sugar foods that appear healthy. How to calculate actual sugar intake. Understanding sugar alcohols and their impact. Examining fruit juices and dried fruits. Chapter 4. Deciphering carbohydrate content. The role of fiber and crab content. Net carbs versus total carbs. What matters for your diet? Low carb versus high carb foods. How to choose wisely. How starchy vegetables impact blood sugar. Reading labels for different types of bread and pasta. Chapter 5. Real-life label analysis. Breakdown of actual food labels from different categories. Comparing products. How to choose the healthier option. Common marketing tricks to watch out for. Identifying misleading health claims on packaging. The impact of artificial sweeteners. Chapter 6. Impact of sugar on health. How excessive sugar leads to weight gain and metabolic issues. Sugar addiction and cravings. How to break free. The role of sugar in diabetes and inflammation. How sugar consumption affects mental health. The connection between sugar and skin health. Chapter 7. Grocery shopping guide. How to shop smartly and avoid misleading labels. Best and worst food choices based on sugar and carb content. The importance of whole foods versus processed foods. Aisle-by-aisle shopping guide for better choices. How to plan meals with low sugar ingredients. Chapter 8. How to reduce sugar intake. Tips for cutting back on sugar without feeling deprived. Healthy alternatives to satisfy your sweet tooth. Meal planning strategies to keep sugar intake low. How to handle sugar cravings effectively. Making a long-term habit of mindful eating. Chapter 9. Practical tips for daily life. Reading labels on restaurant menus and packaged foods. Understanding sugar in beverages. The hidden culprit. Making educated choices when eating out. How fast food chains hide sugar in their meals. The importance of cooking at home to control sugar intake. Chapter 10. Advanced label reading strategies. How to analyze complex ingredient lists. Identifying high fructose corn syrup and its effects. How to find hidden sugars in protein bars and shakes. Reading between the lines on diet and light foods. How food labeling laws differ by country. Chapter 11. Sugar and athletic performance. How sugar intake affects energy levels and endurance. The role of carbohydrates in sports nutrition. Identifying the best sources of carbs for workouts. How to avoid hidden sugars in sports drinks. Post-workout nutrition. The best and worst choices. Chapter 12. How to teach kids to read labels. Making label reading fun and engaging for children. How to spot child-targeted marketing tricks. Understanding sugar in kids' snacks and drinks. Encouraging better food choices for the family. Setting an example for lifelong healthy eating habits. Chapter 13. Final thoughts and takeaways. Quick summary of the key points covered. How changing your approach to food labels can transform your health. A challenge for viewers. Check 5 food labels at home and report the most surprising sugar content. A final tip on staying informed and proactive about nutrition. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. Share it with friends and family who need to know this vital information. Subscribe for more health and nutrition tips. Drop a comment below. What's the most surprising food label you've seen? Support my channel by joining our community and getting exclusive content. Utre, thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.